Hello and happy holidays, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of County Perspective, the show that focuses on Frederick County government, local programs and events, and the community that you live in. I'm your host, Brandon Rosa, and thank you for joining us. Now, there have been lots of things happening around the county recently, so let's start some things off with some recent news from Winchester Hall. County Council members gathered on Tuesday, November 19th. To discuss the procedures they will follow in appointing a new Frederick County Board of Education member. Since Director of Government Affairs and Public Policies Roger Wilson resigned from his position, former FCPS board member Joy Schaefer will be succeeding Wilson's role. That means a Board of Education position is now vacant. Council members now have to vote on 3 candidates that are eligible to fill the vacant Board of Education seat. Now, once the 3 candidates are chosen, County Executive Jan Gardner will decide on who will be the best candidate for the position. I recently spoke with County Council President MC Keegan Ayer on the steps they will take to finding eligible candidates and what will happen next.
She asked us to go through the applications, send her 3 names, and then she would appoint one of those 3 names and send it back to us for confirmation. The problem is, under the rules and things of precedents that we've done thus far, we don't have a process for doing that, so we had to come up with a process. And we'll all get copies of all the applications. We will each come back with 3 names of people that we think we would like to see move forward to the interview process. We're going to go through and interview up to 10 people. We will come back on December 13th and we'll go into closed session. And we will interview those folks. We will have all the interviews video recorded. We will allow all the video recordings of the interviews to go up on our website and Channel 19 and the county's website so that the public can go back and review those tapes. Then we will come back again on December 17th. We will have a public hearing where the public can come in and give us their vote for who they would like to see us nominate to send to the county executive. We will take that under advisement and we will vote to move 3 names onto the county executive.
County Executive Jan Gardner invited community members, health officials, and members from the Frederick County Health Department to a heroin consortium meeting that took place on Thursday, November 20th. The agenda included updates on Mountain Manor's detox facilities and on health department's partnerships and programs, such as National Recovery Month, the Linkages Diversion Project, the Opioid Operational Command Center grant for hospice, and the expansion of crisis services. Attendees shared good news that recently in Frederick County, over 400 individuals were trained in the use of Narcan, which reverses the effects of an opioid overdose. All county agencies participated in National Recovery Month by wearing purple or displaying purple lights to bring awareness of the opioid crisis in our area. The Frederick County Health Department submitted a grant to the Opioid Operation Command Center to partner with Hospice of Frederick County to provide support to families and victims who suffered from an overdose. With the grant, a licensed mental health professional will provide one-on-one counseling services and group counseling for victims and families of opioid overdoses. Now you can watch the Heroin Consortium on frederickcountymd.gov/FCG-TV. For more information, visit frederickcountymd.gov/health department. Winter weather is on its way, bringing ice, rain, sleet, snow, and below freezing temperatures. And the Frederick County Division of Public Works, Office of Highway Operations, are preparing for the winter season. Frederick County has 2,638 miles of road, and Highway Operations' main goal is to keep drivers safe. Highway Operations drivers have already undergone training to sharpen their skills at the annual Snow Rodeo event. Staff are prepared to use more than 90 pieces of snow and ice equipment, including snowplows, for use in snow removal across the county this season, with 102 permanent road maintenance staff on board. 24,000 tons of salt are stockpiled throughout the county for treating icy roads, as well as 67,000 gallons of salt brine. Crews are also aiming to keep drainage and culverts clear of snow debris to help minimize ponding and flooding. It is advised for motorists to stay off the roads when winter weather strikes. But if you're on the road, here are some winter driving tips to keep you safe. Remove snow and ice from vehicle windows, mirrors, and lights prior to driving. Slow down on winter roads and keep a safe distance from other vehicles. And use extra caution on bridges and ramps as they may be icy. Have an emergency kit in your car in case you are stranded. For more information, visit frederickcountymd.gov/snow. There are a lot of different situations along highways and other busy roads that require people to work in close proximity of traveling motorists. Now, because of this, the Move Over Law was created. Just last year, the law was expanded to include more than just emergency personnel. Here's a closer look at this important life-saving law.
Everybody has a family to try to go back home to. And we're out either trying to help somebody that might be broken down on the side of the road, a vehicle that was crashed, or stopping somebody. Move over to an adjacent lane if it's available, slow down. If it is a smaller road, like how some of our county roads are, just to be able to give a little bit of room to that if something does happen, hopefully one of us don't get struck.
The Maryland Move Over Law went into effect in 2010. The intent of the law was to provide increased safety for emergency responders operating on the highway. Initially, the law applied to fire rescue vehicles, ambulances, law enforcement officers, and tow truck operators that are operating on the highway.
And what it essentially states is that when motorists are approaching a stopped, standing, or parked vehicle on the side of the highway with red, yellow, or amber lights flashing, that motorist is to get out of the adjacent lane or move over. And we understand they can't always do that, so in the situation where they can't get out of the most adjacent lane, simply slow down to a speed that's more reasonable to where they can pass us and other workers and crews safely.
What it includes now is it always included tow service vehicles, but it also includes any kind of service vehicle that's along the road, and that would also include anybody with waste collection, anything that has amber lights that are flashing and are public service vehicles working along the highway.
Some of the precautions we'll use on, say, traffic stops, we'll get the vehicle angled in a certain way. It kind of gives us a little bit of coverage and cushioning in case the vehicle gets rear-ended. It doesn't necessarily push it directly into the vehicle that we stopped.
The other thing we do is we try and make, where feasible, a passenger side approach in an effort to get us away from moving traffic as best we can.
Yeah, unfortunately, we've responded several times to highway workers, to tow truck operators, and several other public servants who have been operating alongside of the road that have been critically injured by vehicles on the highway.
Unfortunately, it is common that state police officers, any state highway workers, all of our utility and public service workers are struck.
Our transportation workers, and specifically our chart units, we've had over 100 hit in the last couple of years, and specifically this year we've had 16 chart units that have been hit by motorists that did not get over.
So on behalf of all the responders that operate on the highway, we request that you slow down and move over and pay attention as you approach emergency scenes on the highway. The safety of our responders and the general public are depending on it.
Be sure to stick around. We have plenty more coming up on County Perspective. Welcome back to County Perspective. I'm your host, Brandon Rosa. Now in a bit, we'll learn about Frederick County's GIS department. But first, let's find out who this episode's featured pet is.
Hooch doesn't show very well in his kennel. It stresses him out. But if you take the time to meet him outside, he'll show you what a good boy he is. Hooch has some basic manners and loves playing fetch and rolling in the grass. He likes to cuddle with his people, but can be anxious around strangers and other dogs. Visit Hooch at Frederick County Animal Control and Pet Adoption Center, 1832 Rosemont Avenue.
Frederick County's Geographic Information Systems, better known as GIS, provides data support for various citizen services and county government agencies by integrating maps, locations, geography, and data. Recently, I sat down with some of the staff members and learned about some of their applications and programs. Here's what they had to say.
Frederick County is built on a rich history, and the Frederick County Geographical Information Systems, GIS, team is no different. In the 1990s, the county's first GIS employee was hired and set the foundation of the GIS Enterprise team. In 2011, GIS was consolidated from different divisions and placed under the Information Technology Division to enhance collaboration and teamwork with GIS professionals.
Geographic Information System is a framework for gathering, managing, and analyzing data rooted in the science of geography. GIS reveals data patterns, relationships, and situations, helping users make smarter decisions.
The collaboration provided enhanced geospatial data to the county's divisions and citizens.
The GIS Open Data page is a one-stop shop for all GIS information and data for Frederick County. It includes access to our web mapping applications gallery, address and road submittal forms, as well as standard countywide maps and atlases. It also includes our new and improved data page. Previously, with the Civics Plus web platform, we provided data to the public via prepackaged zip files, which are still available. However, users can now search data, documents, and applications that are provided in a much more user-friendly manner.
Over the last decade, GIS continued its evolution with emphasis turned from descriptive query to perspective analysis of maps. Introduction of spatial analysis applications paved the way to heightened web services and tailored application solutions.
Anyone can access the website by going to www.frederickcountymd.gov/GIS or by clicking on the interactive maps on the Frederick County homepage. You can also find it in the Community drop-down menu under GIS and Mapping.
The growing number of websites with extensive sets of map layers enabled users to mix and match their own custom web pages and displays. As technology enhancements drifted into Frederick County GIS team, the internal motivation to provide more cutting-edge technology solutions is paving a path for tomorrow's future.
We hosted a GIS Day event last year for only county employees, and it was so successful that we decided to host another one again this year. GIS Day is open to any county employee, as well as FCC, FCPS, Fort Detrick, and Camp David.
This year's GIS Day event will focus on new applications that can be used to support efforts within various county divisions. For emergency management, we will be showcasing applications, dashboards, and 3D modeling that could support emergency incident response. Additionally, we are highlighting GIS solutions for analyzing census data and school capacities, county event planning, and opioid awareness. We are also presenting our new open data page, as well as a potential crowdsourcing solution that could be used to improve our GIS data, new redistricting tools that could assist creation of district or plan changes, and our parcel fabric, which is an off-the-shelf solution that we will be implementing to model and maintain the county's parcel layer.
So what we would like them to take away from this event are the new and exciting applications that we could build for them in the future.
Whether it's in the classroom or out in the field, with GIS, we all can work together to help Frederick County soar to new heights.
We all know that the holidays are a busy time of the year. And do you feel the urge to get out and get away from it all? Well, if that's the case, you should check out some of the great programs and events that some of the county departments are offering. To find more events and programs, or for more information, log on to the county's webpage, frederickcountymd.gov. Now, at the end of our show, we'd like to mention a few recent events, along with things our viewers should keep an eye out for in the upcoming weeks. While cooking this holiday season, remember it is important to properly dispose of any cooking grease, fats, and/or oils. Frederick County Division of Utilities and Solid Waste Management warns residents, restaurants, and service organizations to never pour fats, oils, and grease down the drain because this can result in sewer backups and costly plumbing repairs. Sources of grease include meat fats like turkey, bacon, sausage, and beef. Grease can also be found in lard, cooking oil, butter, baking products, milk, and dairy products, and other scrap foods. The proper way to dispose of grease is to let it cool in the pan and scrape it into an empty can and dispose of it in the trash once it is solidified. Avoid placing food that contains fats, oil, and grease into the garbage disposal. Use a paper towel or napkin to absorb cooking oil or grease before washing, and scrape food and grease from dishes into the garbage prior to washing. Not only will grease clog up your plumbing, but it could clog sewer systems, thus causing an overflow of sewage that can harm the environment, drinking water, and waterways. For more information, visit protectyourpipes.org or contact the Division of Utilities and Solid Waste Management at 301-600-1825. You're invited to Winchester Hall on Monday, December 16th for a public budget hearing, located in the first floor hearing room at 7 p.m. County Executive Gardner and staff from Frederick County's Budget Office will be hosting the hearing. The goal is to hear from the public what they want to see included in the upcoming budget for fiscal year 2021. Residents are invited to discuss their funding priorities for the county. Your voice matters. The meeting will be aired live on FCG-TV Channel 19 and HD Channel 1085. Well, that's it for this episode of County Perspective, but don't forget to follow Frederick County on social media in order to keep up to date on important news and events. We'll see you next time for a fresh look from a county perspective.